How's Ryan Villopoto's work ethic? I know that in knowing him and being around him, I'm sure he's one of those guys that if you tell him what to do, he just does it.
Yeah, no, that's one thing, and he reminds me a lot of RC back in the day, where they give it 100%. They got all the ingredients. I think just a lot of the structure needs to be rearranged. So, but he's taken up the challenge. I think he knows that he hasn't put his best out there yet, and he's willing to do that and put in the work, which is good. So, he's been motivated. It's been good, and obviously I didn't know much about Ryan before I started with him, and it's been great. He's a good guy, and as I say, a lot of similarities to RC, so it's kind of been fun.
Something I've been watching Bubba's World, and I've seen you on Bubba's World, and I'm going, Eldon's got to be frustrated with all the distractions that James Stewart has. Now, I don't know if that's made for television or not when those phones ring and things like that, but I know as a trainer, and when I was riding, the trainer's there, and hey, you got my time. You answer the phones and you do your other thing later on, but, we got a program, we got to stick to it if you want to win championships.
Yeah, as a trainer, you want to be selfish. You want everything to be under your control and everything to do with training and preparation, but from an athlete there's a lot more to it, and they have to do stuff like that creates a lot of exposure on the media side and sponsors, which is great. And James, that's his thing and he likes it, and it was good. Obviously I felt it was really hard for me to get in like it is now in front of a camera and do that, because I don't feel that's my place, but it was good, and it wasn't too bad with the whole thing, and I think the show turned out pretty good. So and especially good for him, and like I said, something that James wanted to do for his deal and for sponsors for him, and it was good, and I think it's brought about a lot of exposure for him, which is good.
You heard him from Aldon Baker. If I was going back to racing, but I'm 50 now, so that's not going to happen. This is the guy I'd want to hire, because this guy, he's been around the sport a long time. He's worked with a lot of champions, not only in the Supercross side of things, but also road racing. Nicky Hayden, when he won his championships over in the MotoGP. So, Aldon Baker, thanks, buddy.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. And I look forward to working on a bit of a project like you. So that'd be awesome. All right. Thanks again.